It's another math day here with teacher Jenny. Join me for another topic. And this time we're going to talk about derivative rule, specifically product rule. Let us start with f of x equal to 3x plus 1 times 2x plus 3, in which our function here is written as factors or expressions multiplied together. In getting our derivative, if the format of the function is like this, we're going to follow the product rule, in which once you are going to get the derivative of a function expressed into factors, you're just simply going to assign factors letters as representation. So let's say this could be our f, this could be our g. So for that representation, we will be following the format in getting the derivative, starting off with our g times f prime plus f times g prime. So regardless of which you are going to follow the sequences of the letters or symbols in there, regardless of which you are going to start off with an f prime times g plus a g prime times f, that really doesn't matter at all, because your operation involved here is multiplication, that's commutative in nature, and also the in-between operation is a plus, that's also commutative in nature. So once you are going to deal with function expressed in factors, all you have to do is to think of pairing a factor which is derived and the other factor which is not derived, and adding that one to the vice versa of that particular factor. So let's say, for example, you started with f here being derived, you partner that one with g. On the other term, you are going to get the other factor derived. So since we did not derive g here on the first term, on the second term we're deriving that one and partnering that to an f which is not derived. So let's now apply that one to our function. We have f of x. So we get the derivative of that one. We follow the formatting. We're calling now our g, which is 2x plus 3. Our f prime refers to a derivative. So we're getting the derivative of f, starting off with a 3x. So derivative of that is a 3. Derivative of 1 is a 0. So we don't need to write the 0 there. Then we're done with the first term. So we move to the second term. We have plus. Our f, we need to call that out. So we have 3x plus 1. And then we have our g prime. So that means we get the derivative of g. 2x, derivative of that is 2. 3, derivative of that one is 0. So we're not writing that one. Then we go for simplifying f prime of x. That's equal to, distribute 3 to 2x plus 3. So we have 2x times 3, that will be 6x. 3 times 3, that will be a 9. Then we do the same thing on the second term. We distribute 2 to 3x plus 1. So 2 times 3x, that will be 6x. And then 2 times 1, that's a 2. Simplifying that one further, combining like terms, we have 6x plus 6x, that will be a 12x. 9 plus 2, that is 11. So we have our derivative of that particular function as 12x plus 11. We go now for another example. This time we have f of x equal to 4x squared minus 3x plus 4 times 2x plus 3. That is also again written as factors. We assign symbols such as f and then g on each of the factors. We then follow the format for getting the derivative as g times f prime plus f times g prime. And plugging in, we have f prime of x that will be equal to, calling out g, that's 2x plus 3. Then we get the derivative of f, starting off with 4x squared. We multiply 2 to our 4, that will be an 8. And then x, exponent, we subtract that 1 by 1, so 2 minus 1 is 1. Going to the next term, we have 3x, derivative of that 1 is 3. We have a minus before that 1, so we have a minus 3. Going to the next one, we have 4. Getting the derivative of that is a 0. We don't need to write that one. Then we go to a plus f. We call that one out. We have 4x squared minus 3x plus 4. Then we go for the derivative of g. So starting off with 2x, that's a 2. Derivative of 3, that's a 0. So we then simplify. This is equal to, we do the distribution or the FOIL method. 2x times 8x, that will be a 16x squared. 2x times negative 3, that will be a negative 6x. 3 times 8x, that's 24x. 3 times negative 3, that's a negative 9 or a minus 9. Then we do the other term, distribute 2 inside. 4x squared times 2, that will be an 8x squared. 2 times negative 3x, that's a negative 6x. 4 times 2, that's an 8. Simplifying by combining like terms, we start off with our square, 16x squared, and then 8x squared. Combining that one, we have 24x squared for that. And then we have negative 6x plus 24x, that will be 18x, minus 6x, that will be at 12x, so we have plus 12x. And then we go for the constant, negative 9 plus 8, that's a negative 1. So there you go, we have our derivative of a function. And specifically, we have finding the derivative of function expressed in terms of factors by using the product rule. Once again, this is your teacher Jenny saying, practice and practice, and that will make it someday perfect.